Happy Friday, HEXO traders and investors. It's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth. It's August 19th. Hope you're well. And in this video, going to be discussing HEXO Corp. Going to talk about where we're going to go from here. I'm going to do some technical analysis. I'll bring up the chart, give my thoughts and opinions leading into the weekend here and into next week. I'll also give my thoughts and opinions on the weeks and months ahead. But essentially, it's looking good. Obviously, pulling back today with the broader market weakness, getting a ton of people asking me about HEXO, where we're going from here. So I wanted to come on and do a where to now video. Before we get to it though, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. I would appreciate it. If you're new, you can subscribe and tick the bell, and anytime I post a video or go live, you'll be notified. Taking a look at the Power Group YouTube page here. On my channel, I did a video with the new HEXO CEO. There's an interview with Charlie Bowman, and I sped it up a little bit, so I go through it a little bit quicker. It's on 1.75x speed, and I go through and I give my commentary and my thoughts and opinions on that. If you haven't seen that, I highly encourage you to check that out. Also, just as a reminder, I'll be doing an interview with Morgan Fox, the political director there. They're a lobbying company for the US government and a voice for responsible MJ consumers. So look forward to that on Tuesday at 4:30 Eastern time. But taking a look here at the HEXO chart, I've been calling for it. I mentioned in the Power Group community. Again, if you don't have a trading community, you can check out powgroup.ca or pursuitofwealthgroup.com, and we have over 50 people in the community now, and like I said, all we do is we talk about stocks on a day in, day out basis. You can ask any questions, 24/7 support. So if you're wondering why I'm not always responding on Facebook or any of these public forums, it's because I spend most of my time in here. But I did give a warning. I said HEXO started daily consolidation, losing the low of yesterday. The clue was Tilray starting daily consolidation the day before, and now HEXO is following the leader. This was yesterday, and I posted looking for a higher low around 22 to 23 cents USD. And we knew that SPY was likely due for weekly consolidation and a pretty big pullback as well. We haven't even seen weekly consolidation yet on the S&P 500. I think that could happen next week. And the clue there was Bitcoin starting weekly consolidation. Usually we see Bitcoin and then the broader market follows, because that's the way the correlations have been working. Usually crypto's been leading, and tech. Crypto's very correlated to tech. So it started its weekly consolidation. So I think we could potentially see weekly consolidation on SPY next week. And then that would mean we would back test around 410, 405, back test those EMAs, look for a weekly higher low, which would just be healthy in my opinion. But what does that mean for MJ stocks? That means that we could see more downside. And exactly what I said happened. I said yesterday, once we lost the low there at 25 cents, I posted in the Power Group community, you just saw it. And I said, watch for a higher low around 23, 22 cents. Why did I pick those numbers? Because that's EMA 12 and 26 on the daily time frame. Keep in mind, we still could see an EMA 12 and 26 bear cross, and the next level of support's down at 20 cents. Everything is down. If you're wondering why MJ stocks are down, it's because if you take a look here at the losers, WIB, PWR, VLNS, all leading the decline, it's because the broader market is weak, right? And this is why it pays to look at more than just HEXO, more than just one MJ stock. It pays to look at the broader market, the S&P 500 as well, and this is exactly why. And like I said yesterday, Tilray was the clue, right? We're on day number 3 now of daily consolidation on Tilray, and it's the leader in the space. HEXO is only on day number 2, so again, it's following the leader, and this was to be expected. And exactly what I said happened. Look for a higher low around 23 to 22 cents. You would have been able to reload about 11% cheaper if you took my recommendation. Again, it's not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold. This is for entertainment purposes only. But this is just technical analysis, and we're still in a daily uptrend. We have the low, high, higher, low, and higher high, higher, low, and higher high. So we're just looking for a higher low compared to 20 cents. Nothing goes straight up forever. With this upper wick, we would have touched on daily overbought on the RSI as well. So we knew that we were likely due for a pullback. The broader market was a little extended. Bed Bath & Beyond, 600% gains in a couple weeks. Generally, the market's due for a cool down, right? And that's exactly what happened. So just, don't be. This is to be expected. This is still healthy in my opinion. We're still holding EMA 26 here on the daily time frame, which is very good to see. But ultimately, we could pull back another couple pennies from here, right? We could pull back another 7%, 7 to 8%. Just be looking for a daily higher low compared to 20 cents. But 20 cents is key support. If we lose that, we lose the daily uptrend. And at this point on the weekly time frame, you could say we're still in a weekly uptrend as well, right? We're just looking for a higher low compared to 18 cents on the weekly time frame. We have the low, high, higher low, and higher high. So if we do pull back into next week, lose this week's low, we'll just be looking for that higher low on the weekly time frame compared to 18, right? So again, this is to be expected. And like I said, it's going to take probably 1 to 3 months before we really start to see MJ really start to turn the corner. But as I said, the monthly bounce is underway, having broken 25 cents USD on the NASDAQ here on HEXO, and I do think a lot of our names are going to trend higher up to their monthly EMA 12s. If we take a look at some of our US names, I just did a video on GTII, but it confirmed a weekly uptrend, so that's good. The monthly bounce is underway. The more names that confirm weekly uptrends, the better. Low, high, higher low, and higher high. And look, it's already trending back towards its weekly EMA 12, right? And if we zoom out to the monthly, its EMA 12 is there at about $19. So I said my target on Green Thumb is around $20. And if we expect the same on HEXO, that would bring us up to around $1. Up to around $1.10 USD on HEXO. So again, I think a lot of our names are going to be targeting that monthly EMA 12. I think a lot of our names are going to be targeting their 200-day moving averages as well at 56 cents. Again, just as an example, GTII, it's again $20, right? So that's why I think $20 is baked in. But I think a lot of our names over the course of the next 1 to 3 months, we're going to see a massive rally in MJ. And I know a lot of people are getting frustrated. They don't, I get tons of messages today saying, when's HEXO finally going to do something, right? This is getting really frustrating. Well, the great thing about this long drawn out pullback and this massive brutal bear market is we usually get the same on the upside. So the longer the base, the higher in space, the greater the accumulation, the bigger the expansion. And the great thing about a long drawn out pullback is that we're likely going to see the aggressive met to the upside when we do. So I do think that over the course of the next 1 to 3 months into the fall, leading into midterms elections, we could see safe banking pass. They say it's for the people, but we know that that's all BS. It's for the banks, so that the JP Morgans, the Morgan Stanleys, the Wall Street banks, right, that run the world. It's so that they can get position, the Goldman Sachs of the world, and then they'll allow legalization to happen, right, once the big banks get positioned, because nothing in the world happens without those big banks. And there's a reason why Morgan Stanley just upped its position in Tilray by over 200%, right? So like I said, I do expect over the next 1 to 3 months, we're going to see a massive rally, not just in HEXO, but not just in Canada, but in the US, American stocks as well. And we're going to see a massive move, in my opinion. And I think that we could string together 2 or 3 green months and bullish months here in a row. But it's looking good. Like I said, in terms of the daily time frame, we're still holding the daily uptrend, so there's no major red flags here whatsoever. This was to be expected. And again, if you're not in a community, consider joining our community where you don't have to be a guru with all this stuff. You'll be able to ask questions 24/7 and get a response right away, right? But taking a look at the weekly chart, I want to see a weekly candle close over 21 cents this week. So it's Friday, so we only got a few hours left in the week. If we zoom out here, we got exactly 3 hours, 34 minutes. So in 3 hours, 34 minutes, I want to see a weekly candle close over 21 cents to remain bullish. We did have a buy algo alert go off on HEXO as well, a POW algo buy alert. You can check out that service as well if you haven't already. But in terms of the weekly moving averages, we have nothing nearby until the 50 weekly there at 76 cents. And if we can get over the 100-day moving average there at 30 cents, then we're looking at 56 cents on the 200-day moving average. Like I said, I think that we could see a hard and fast move up to around that 40, 50 cents. He mentioned in this video, Charlie Bowman, that's what they're looking to do, get it back up to around 40, 50 cents. I think we could see a pretty big move up to around that level. And then we come back and form a weekly higher low, maybe a monthly higher low, change the monthly trend, and then we'll target that $1, which will be monthly EMA 12. But again, it's a monthly time frame, so those things are going to take time to play out, right? It's going to take 2 to 3 months, in my opinion. But I think leading into October, leading into November, MJ stocks are going to absolutely explode. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with me, disagree with me. We can still be friends if you don't see everything eye to eye. Always love hearing from you. We'll continue the conversation below. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. It's Rod with POW Group. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend ahead, and we'll see you in the next video.